Yeah.
Here we go. Hi everyone, this is Seema Mehta from the Confident Communicator in conjunction with the release of our absolutely fabulous, beautiful personal almanac / planner called My Life, My Way. We are doing a series of interviews with very strong, inspiring women who have done something amazing in their life and honoring them from March 1st to March 8th, which happens to be the International Women's Day. And one such woman we have today, and it's such a pleasure to talk to you today, Jyoti Kapur Das, who's a filmmaker breaking all the molds in the film industry.
Hi.
Awesome meeting you.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hi, Seema. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on this.
And I believe you are in Banaras. We're talking to you.
I'm in Banaras. I know which is why these whatever curtains behind me. I thought we could do it on the guard, but then I don't know how much the audio would suffer. So It's just easier to do it here in the room.
You're sounding great. You're looking great. And we are so proud to have you on our show. You're going to be such an inspiration to the people who are going to be talking to you. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Please.
Now, obviously, you've broken the mold. You've done something that is incredible. There aren't that many female directors today. Especially, I think there are more in India, I think, than they are abroad, at least the well-known ones. Yeah. And you're obviously one of those. So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you arrive at this point? Was it that simple to get? I know you got into editing, and I want to talk a little bit about you. I think Jyoti Kapur Das, she's a film and Television Institute of India Pune alumni, having studied editing there. She switched streams to direction and assisted filmmakers like Abbas-Mustan, my God, Kundan Shah, Pankuj, Parasher, Jyoti Dutta. So intimidating. What an amazing group of people. Before independently producing and directing her own short films and commercials. She has been creative head at Viacom18 Motion Pictures, also creative producer of the web series Bose Dead or Alive, produced by Big Synergy Media Ltd for ALT Balaji Web channel. Here's the cool part about her. She won the first Filmfare Best Director Short Film Award for her very, very successful film Chutney, which I have seen. It is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Seema.
Fabulous Triska Chopra, Adil Hussain and Rasika Dugal. These are really big names. She also won the HBO Award for a short film in New York in November 2016. Next film, Plus Minus, which again I have seen, starring India's biggest YouTuber Bhuvan Bam and actress Divya Dutta, who's an amazing actress by herself, has also proven to be a hit on the YouTube channel BB Key Wines. This short film, by the way, won her the second Filmfare Award in 2019. She is currently in pre-production to direct her first feature film, and we are very excited to talk to you, obviously. So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you arrive at this place? I know you're a mother of two wonderful boys, and I have a very Tell us.
I've just been, I think, so I just keep saying serendipity because I think I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And one thing that I'm very, very clear about is there's a motto that I have that nothing good that you do goes wasted. So I call myself the living example of good karma coming around, which is something that I talk about when I do workshops with youngsters and mentorships. I just tell them, just be nice, just be kind, just be honest, be dedicated, do whatever you're doing with all your heart in it. Don't think, okay, I'm going to get this in return. And of course, keep an eye on the goal, but also if you can help people, if you can do whatever without anything, any payback immediately, don't worry about it. There is some accounting that's going into it and it's going to come back to you. Look at me. I'm the living example. I just think,
I'm so happy to hear that because, everyone thinks it's a cutthroat world and you got to really work hard and you got to really fight for what you believe in. But it sounds
and be nice to people and backbite and backstab, but no. I've seen people fall because of that, and this is just personal experience. Also, I think even what you guys are doing at the Confident Communicator is passing on this life skill just to make the world a kinder place. Right. So I think everyone who's successful, if that's the message that they do, and the people we look up to. Right from, even, Kalam and everyone, they did pass this message that you just have to be kind and make the world a better place, and you'll find your own place in the world. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I absolutely love you for that. It's very rare where people focus on kindness because kindness is so important. And you're right, our job as a Confident Communicator is to empower others. That's really our motto. And that's why we do what we do. So tell us something, like if you were to do something differently, like if you had to do a do-over and speak to your 20-year-old, go back to when you were 18, 19, 20, what would you tell yourself? What would be the advice?
Um, I would tell my 20-year-old self to just trust her instincts way more than she did. So I think a lot of us undermine. I just read recently there was some. I think it was on Instagram or something. There was this thing that there's a second brain in our gut. Okay. Now that kind of makes sense because whenever we say, my gut reaction is this, and I can feel it in my guts. All these things, we say it. I just never knew where it came. Since ripe old age, I'm learning something new. So, we never trust our instincts as much as we should. At least I haven't. And I've always tried to give people the benefit of the doubt, which is great when you just think, very calmly about it. But when there's a warning bell that's going on in your head that, kuch to gadbad hai, it's just there to kind of pause and listen to it, which I never did. So I got scammed a lot. I got taken for a ride a lot. I'm just a nice person, so people did take advantage of that, which I think wasted a lot of my time, wasted a lot of my energy. And of course, goodwill doesn't go anywhere, and people can see that it's not my fault. My niceness basically hampered me or hindered me. But maybe I would have reached professionally where I wanted to reach. And this, of course, is all professional information, not my personal life is great. But I'm saying even when we are working, we tend to, take things, like we take things lying down, sometimes thinking there's an opportunity here, and ignore that brain voice or the gut voice, which is saying, run. There are some smart people who do that, but I wasn't that smart. I would tell my 20-year-old, smarten up, girl.
You know what? You are the third or fourth speaker who has told us exactly that. That listen to yourself, trust yourself, trust the process.
It's a common problem. Or is it a common problem for women? I don't know.
It is. I think we are, I think it's also what the expectation is for the women. I think we are expected to be nurturers. We are expected to take care of the family. But we never listen to what we expect out of ourselves. And I think that's great advice. And I really hope that the youngsters who are listening to this interview will take your advice.
I know. I keep saying, Seema, sorry to cut you, but I keep telling them, learn from my mistakes, and I share all my mistakes with them. And I say, you make new ones, and then let me know so that I don't make them too.
I think that goes with our education. That goes with our education system, where we do not encourage failure. And what we say, especially when we are doing our training to the kids, is that learn to fail, learn to embrace failure, because that's where all the learning is. Your success is lying in your failure. So go ahead and fail. That's fabulous. My last question for you, Jyoti, is that since this book is My Life, My Way, tell us, how do you live life your way?
How do I live my life my way? So I love being a mom. And I also love being a filmmaker. And luckily, of course, being in media gives you a lot of freedom to multitask, gives you a lot of freedom to do things on your own time. You can, nobody expects you to keep to deadlines in terms of a day. You're not sitting on a timetable. You, of course, have deadlines in terms of deliverables, etc. But because it's a creative field, we get away with saying, okay, now I'm going to just take this 2-day break, and I'm just going to think about something. And you come back refreshed with your batteries charged, and I get time to spend. So the way I really operate is I always, I'll never not pick up my kids' calls if it's something important. They know that they can text me, but if it's something really important, they call. And then when they call, I will take that call. So that's really a priority for both my husband and me. And I also know that there are stories that we as women, I don't like really playing this whole women card, but it is true that women are, like you just said, we're expected to do certain roles in our life, which we may or may not be emotionally quite, strong enough to do all the time. Okay, we also need a break. We also need some rest. We need self-care.
And we need to be kind to ourselves. We need to be kind to ourselves.
So there are so many stories of women which don't get told. And I think as somebody who is in the position to tell stories, so I think, really plus minus came out of that. I was grieving for my mother-in-law, whom I was very, very close to. And somebody also told me the story of this soldier. And somehow, it was the universe which just cracked my skull open, and a story flew out of mine. So I always say this on every platform, I can take zero credit. It is my nerve endings which just typed it. That it was given to me by the universe. But
I think it was listening to your instinct, right? It's also you listening to your instinct,
but it just came out. And the way I wrote it with dialogue and everything in that first 2 hours, I just sat down and wrote it. the minute I heard Harbhajan's story.
Yes.
And when I finished it, I realized that my grief was mixed up in it, because it is a story of a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law also. And it's got this Divya Dutta's characters having a conflict with her mother-in-law, and how this soldier helps her to kind of deal with it. And it's just such an uncanny, inconceivable mix of two different things.
Yes.
But they seem to have been mixed seamlessly. And again, I take zero credit for it. It's just my, I think it's my mother-in-law's love for me also, and the fact that she treated me like a daughter. But these are stories that we need to share, including all your Sasbahu stats.
Yes, absolutely.
My Life, My Way really is about being empowered enough to have a platform in which to put out stories which can make a difference to people.
Exactly, and I don't think we are trying to.
It sounds very ambitious and pompous, but it's.
I tell you, it actually makes me think about what you just said, where the book My Life, My Way is not really saying that I'm this feminist who really wants to be aggressive and I want to say what I want to say. It's not like that. It's about listening to your instincts, like you said, being kind to yourself, going with your gut feel, connecting people, using your personal narrative to connect with others. Yeah. And I think that's really what it is about. I don't think women are, here to burn their bras or talk about things that.
No. Absolutely. We're very happy. We're very happy to have everyone in our life and also be pampered by them. And we're very happy.
We love that, don't we?
Yeah.
Hey, Jyoti, it has been a pleasure talking to you. I know you've been very busy.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to send you a copy of this beautiful book.
Thank you. I'm waiting for it. Thank you.
And it's got everything. It's got a planner. It has got a dream list. It has got gratitude jars. It has got habit trackers. Give us feedback when you get it. And thank you once again.
I will.
Thanks, Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Seema. Thank you, and happy Women's Day. We deserve this. One big day for us to celebrate ourselves.
Absolutely. Wish you the same. Bye.